Welcome back all, and here is the video that I actually promised a little while ago about peripherals, whatever you want to call them. I am currently in the Loft, and I thought I'd just share a few things with you because it's actually a bit different than as opposed to showing off pickups and what games you picked up, because do you know what? You can't play them fucking games if you haven't got any bloody controllers. So anyway, let's have a little start, shall we, see what we've got. So the first, there's lots of bits here. So we've got here, which is the Hori fighting stick EX2 for the Xbox 360. I love this when I got it. It's actually the Virtua Fighter 5 one. Came in a particular box, as always. I don't seem to always keep my boxes. That's a good stick to get if you can pick them up. Then next up, we've got the Dreamcast steering wheel. I love this. Not as much as another one that I'll show you later on. Don't think there's any point in showing you it because it's downstairs. Well, I can always add on to this anyway at the end of it. Yeah, really good wheel, that one. That one was boxed when I bought it, but no longer got a box. And that wasn't even when it came out. What can I say? Excuse me for a second. It's a bit chilly up here. Who does that remind you of, eh? Every time you've picked up something and shown it, you have a drink. I'll leave that on with you. Picked up a couple of these that were chucked in with something for me once. A couple of original Atari joysticks. I believe they're Atari. They look like they're Atari. Never said them, but it was just in this box that someone gave me once. Yeah, classic. They're definitely originals, I know that much. Then we've got obviously your classic PlayStation 2 pad. Got a few of those. Obviously very well used, as PlayStation 2 was, and I believe maybe still is the most popular console ever made. Correct me if I'm wrong. Could be the Switch now. And then I've got two of these actually. But if I pick up the ones less dusty, it's the Sega Saturn steering wheel. Again, I like these. This one's still got the suckers on the bottom. The other one I've got here usually helps if I haven't really caught up, but yeah, as you can see, I've got two of the buggers. This one hasn't got any suckers on. It's got one on it, which is pretty filthy, but they both still work. Pleased with those. You probably saw in one of my previous videos, one of my earlier ones, I've got the Virtua sticks, the virtual on sticks. Don't think there's much point in showing them because I've already done that before. And then let's have a look at this box. I have boxes of stuff. I'm going to have to move this laptop in a minute to get into the boxes that are beneath it. But you know, some classic bits here, and it's all going to be random. So there's a Venom plastic gun for the Wiimotes. I picked this one up off Amazon, which is for the Wii. So it's like a Wii control plugs in the bottom of the Wiimote. Quite like that. I haven't used it that much though. The old classic, I've got two sets of these, but for what do you call it? For Seen It, box office smash, lights, camera, action, and the other one which I picked up the other week, which is quite cool. This is the infrared sensor for that, and there's one of the controllers there. A must as well if you get the chance to pick up Seen It. So let's keep an eye on this bloody computer because it's on battery. I haven't changed the settings so it goes to sleep. Yeah, you know, you're all familiar with those. And then where did I put? Oh, there we go. Right. So let's put this over here. The best thing is I can just pause this and it seems like I'm still here. So yeah, that's great. Be able to pause it. So here's another box of bits and pieces. As long as this box I'm sitting on doesn't collapse. Anyway, so I have multiple of these. Your classic Dreamcast controllers. See, there's another one, and there's another one. I've got the was it the Dream? Which one is that? Is that the Mad Catz light gun? And I got obviously the official light gun. Who doesn't like them? I still use mine on my CRT TV. I'm also aware of, I forget what it's called, but there is a light gun someone's developing at the moment. I think you can still get it. You can get it if you're like a patron. Metal Jesus Rocks did something on it a little while ago. I thought it was fantastic. When I got myself a new job, I'll get myself one probably. But anyway, the old classic Dreamcast fishing rods. These are both fission interact. Yeah, I've never heard of them. Never used these two either. May well get around to it at some point, but you know, you never know. Got a couple of these as well. The Sega multi-tap. Now these, I've got two versions. I've got, this is the dual cable one, and then I've also got the single cable one. I've got the black one. I think it's the one, no, the black one with the slider on it. And I've got three of these, tell a lie. A must-have if you've got Mega Bomberman. That's basically it, really, for the Megadrive. That's the only real thing you're going to use it for. I believe they actually made it specifically for that as well. So, and you got your standard classic with Megadrive 2 joypads. I've got a few of them, a couple of them here. And then there's your couple of the originals as well. And these are a little bit more bizarre. This is a Techno Plus pad. Do you know what? That feels quite, I've never actually used that, but that feels quite nice, especially for Street Fighter. It's got turbo on it as well. That's quite a cool pad. Then we've got the SG Pro Pad 2 digital processing. Another 6-button pad for the Mega Drive. I remember getting one of these for free through Who Remembers Special Reserve. Special Reserve was a fantastic mail order catalogue, but they were based in Springfield in Essex, and I lived just down the road from there at the time, which was brilliant because I used to go to the shop. I remember getting Street Fighter 2 Special Champion Edition on Christmas one year. That was my main present from there, and I didn't put it down. I got very good at using the start button to switch between buttons and kicks, but not ideal, is it? Anyway, moving on. So we got the hardly useful now, but the original Sega RF unit. I've got multiple versions of that. The Xbox 360 Nico intercooler. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was a load of bollocks at the time because nothing was going to save the original 360s. Now let's be honest, but you know, you get sucked into these things. Where did I put the lid to that? Yeah. So yeah, we get sucked into these things. Anyway, next. So it doesn't seem like any time at all has passed when you do that. You just pause it and carry on. So there's the next box. Not an Xbox, the next box. Another original Dreamcast light gun. I try my best to keep these as tidy as possible, but they still get tangled up. Bollocks, isn't it? Pew, pew. Anyway, we've got the original Duke there for the original Xbox. I've got two of those in here. An original, 360 chat pad. I need that actually. Couldn't think of it. The original Sega Light Phaser, the Master System. You see there in the light. I've got a box version of that as well. I think I paid about £6 for it off Amazon about 8 years ago. That was quite good. I think this is off. It's the Sega Reactor controller. It's not Bluetooth, it's infrared. I don't know why I bothered buying that all those years. I think I bought it in 2007, 2008. Still got the controllers. I think the unit's around somewhere. The Master Gear converter for the Sega Game Gear. I might get into that in a minute. I've got a few of those as well. A brilliant piece of kit in my opinion, because obviously the Game Gear had the same architecture as the Sega Master System. All that's doing is a pass-through to enable you to put Master System cartridges in the Game Gear, as we all know. I'm not teaching you to suck eggs. Is that the right saying? Yeah. So, yeah, what else have we got in this box here? Oh, more Mega Drive pads. There's another. There we go. The GameStar LMP for the Mega Drive. That feels quite nice as well. Mainly for Street Fighter predominantly, but obviously can be used in games like Fatal Fury, Samurai Showdown, Balls, Shaq Fu. Did I just say Shaq Fu? else we've got in here. The Xbox 360 steering wheel. Apparently these bits light up. I never could get them to light up, but I know this does work because when I put the batteries in, they light up. So, and I didn't ever really use that, but it does feel nice. It does feel nice and solid. Some more PS2 controllers in here. Most of my decent stuff I'm using it downstairs. Obviously the original purple Gamecube that someone decided to cut the cable off. Not ideal, is it? Then we've got the Sega Master System, or the Sega control stick, which is cack-handed. I mean, I tried to use that myself. I couldn't get used to that. Someone said once to turn it round the other way and do it like that, but it still just doesn't feel right. We've got here, there's another Master System. Well, we don't need that. You don't need to see, I don't think you need to see power packs for this stuff because, well, you all know what they look like. I mean, obviously you've got the Mark 1 ones for Sega Master System, for example, SG-1000. Then you've got the Mark 2 power packs. I've heard there has been some issues when you're trying to record through Elgato game capture, that not using the correct one can cause pixelation and some you know, unwanted video effects. I can't say I've come across it, but yeah. Oh, just stop, isn't it? An old Nokia charger. Lovely. What's next? So yeah, as I mentioned, that's the boxed Sega Light Phaser. Don't know why it's in a box, but it's already in a box. The N64. Well, that isn't an official Nintendo one, but this is a Blaze one. I think Blaze N64 Jolt Pack. Got all different settings on there as well, which is quite cool. I have to say, I haven't even used that. I did test it when I got it. Some random guy in Ash near Aldershot. Turbo Twins battery pack. I have got 2 of those for the Sega Game Gear. I've got 2. Well, I've actually got about 5 or 6 of these, but still the HMB stickers, the Sega Dreamcast BMUs. I love those little things, don't you? You can play games on them. I used to use them to put extra saves on. So if I couldn't be asked to complete a game, I'll actually copy saves off the internet. There is a website, I think I could go it is now, that still does them, which you can connect to your, if you've got a little bit of tech savvy in you can actually go on there yourself and then put them on, so connect the Dreamcast to the internet and then put them on there. Although there's adapters nowadays, these days, that can save you all that effort, and if you've managed to get yours flashed, or not flashed, modified to, pardon me, to play SD cards, for example, you don't even need to worry about that. The Virtual Cop 2, what's it called, the Enforcer? I don't know. Sega Saturn 1, obviously an essential if you want to play some yeah, Virtual Cop, for example, and House of the Dead. I got very lucky a long time ago, and I've still got the majority of it. How I managed to fuck it up, I don't know, but I got a really good job lot for 80 quid off of eBay for everything boxed. Controllers, even the SCART cables, right, was boxed. And the extension cable, all boxed with Dreamcast stuff. And this was one of the things that was in it. The Dreamcast arcade stick. I couldn't believe my luck, to be honest with you. And it's in really good nick. It still is. I've still got a VMU plugged into the back there. And I could do with a little bit of a clean, but you know, it's in really good condition. And I just remembered I've got it out. I really must, because I'm not a big Dreamcast fan. I like some Dreamcast stuff, but I definitely need to get it, you know, so it can use memory cards, or sorry, SD cards, or start burning discs again. But I don't really want to burn out the laser. But then again, I've got about 6 Dreamcasts, 2 of which work. I haven't got around to fixing the other ones. But yeah, so that's some of those little bits there, and obviously, you know, a little bit of a story behind how I got them. So every time you say, oh, and here comes the next bit, you know I'm pausing it. So let's pause it again and show you more. So a little bit more, obviously. Not much in this one, very little. I've got a Turtle Beach cable for my Turtle Beach headset from my 360. do you know what? They're getting harder to get hold of. The people that want them, they're getting harder to get hold of. And out of this box, there's only really a couple of things to show you. So I've got 2 of these. Someone's very happy put a telephone number on that one. Dreamcast keyboard. Pretty useless now, I think you'll agree. But yeah, worth having. I think you can pick him up for a couple of quid. So next. This isn't anything old, this stuff. This is just a couple of boxes of other things that I've got. So the Elgato HD60S, the Elgato Stream Deck, and I've also got the original Elgato Gamecube HD. I obviously use both of those because some consoles, this was when I wanted the light guns for the Sega Saturn, but when I went to take the screw off, it snapped. The plastic was just so brittle. Although it still works, and I had to sort of shave off the side bits, otherwise you end up, every time you pull the trigger, you end up cutting your fingers. As I mentioned before, it's not ideal. And yes, there's still more to go. You'll be pleased to hear. Let's get into it. Now, I've got a few that, well, this one was the Guitar Hero World Tour guitar. Looking a little bit sad now, isn't it? But hopefully with the acquisition of Activision by Microsoft, they might just bring back Guitar Hero in the way it was before. That'd be nice. And definitely DJ Hero, without a doubt. So, but yeah, that's just one out of that box. There's nothing else to go into for that one. So as I mentioned, I had to move the laptop around a bit. But as I mentioned about Dreamcast stuff, see they've got the box SCART cable, they've got the mouse as well. So, you know, if you want to do, it's actually quite a bit of homebrew that you can use on the Dreamcast, so it's worth actually doing those, picking them up if you can. Another controller, box one this time, 20 quid, eh? Not like it used to be, eh? The new controllers are about 50 quid each. Ridiculous. So, I don't think there's any point in going, as I said, I'm not going to go through every single one I've got. If I've got 20 Megadrive controllers, I'm going to show you 20 of them. So only stuff that I've already haven't shown you. So got a couple of original Ps1 controllers, obviously, because you can't have as I said earlier, if you've got no controller, you can't play your games. I've got multiple Dreamcasts in different states of array. I've mentioned before, this one's really yellow, but I've got a few that I can use and go back on. Now, I mentioned I've got 3 or 4 Game Gears, and the peripheral that's basically the only use you could have for this now is to put an analog to digital, or analog to cable to SCART, or to is it SPO, RGB maybe, and you can play as if it was a TV. But why would you want to play Xbox on a Game Gear? Just because, I mean, it'll get you a few likes on YouTube, but that's about it. So that's all there is to. Oh, yes, there's another one down there. I'll forget that. Let's just set that over there. What else we got in here? I've got some more bits and pieces here. So that's a third-party Gamecube controller. Really good, actually. Pick them up on Amazon for next to nothing. Well, that's next to nothing. Just like the original, I had not a problem with them. Next up, got a couple of. I've got more than a couple, but the classic Sega Master System ones. You can't see too much because it's so dark, so I apologise there. Then we've got the Competition Pro Super Nintendo pad. I don't know where I got these from. I think they all came from bits and pieces that I picked up as I went along. When I was after some games, then these came in with it. This is a Sega Saturn Bluetooth pad, but it's not the one you're thinking of. This has got a lot of connector that goes in there, and you just play Sega games through your phone. I haven't tried using it for anything else. My brother got it for me a couple of years ago, and it's been in the box ever since. Nice little thought though. It's got your classic. They just seem to unravel these things. Obviously your classic Nintendo NES pads, originals. Can't go without them. They're pretty, you say they're cool. Every single one serves a purpose. So, ye old faithful, the original Nintendo Zapper, still in good working order. I used it about a month ago. Then we've got the, which one makes this? I don't know what make this one is. It doesn't actually tell you, I don't think. No, there's no make on it, but it's a It's an Xbox pad. It's not an original one, I don't believe, but goodness knows where it came from. Got some more Wii chucks in there. Another. Oh, this has served me very well. My mate would insist on using an original Gamecube pad to try to beat me on Mario Kart Double Dash, but I always used this because he wouldn't use it, and that's the Competition Pro for the Gamecube. It does feel cheap. It don't feel as good as an original, but I managed to lick it and got myself into, well, constant winning ways on that front. Let's have a little look, see if there's anything else. Oh yes, there's more. There you see. Oh, been bending down too much. Now I'm showing me gut. Cost a lot of money, that did. So, a couple more PS2 pads here. I forgot about them. We don't need to go into it. Got a few more original 360 pads. I picked those up not that long ago because my 360, I blew the HDMI port. So I then had to take the DVD drive out, take the chip off of that and put it onto the existing one. And then basically took bits out of one and put it in the other, so I've got a working 360 because I couldn't be asked to go and buy another one, you know. So this is a good peripheral to have. This is a PS2, original Xbox, and Wii. Fucking weird decision on that. And it, 360, sorry. So you can obviously plug it into multiple computers. Then we have, obviously, I've got both of these. I've got the original, well, this is the original one, the Kinect for the 360, with the Nico magnifier on it. I think we can see that very well there, a little bit. I was using that not so long ago. Then, I still love using this, the DJ Hero deck. I've had to clean that numerous times to try and get it working properly, and it still does. I was just never any good at it. Back in the box. I think, you know, that's not it, but I'm going to stop it there because in a second it's going to start again with some other bits I got downstairs which I think you'll be interested in. You know, oh yeah, well, a bit Gordon Ramsay, isn't it? You know, I've got the Logitech G920 driving force wheel as well with the pedals, and I got that for fucking like 20 quid because they thought it was broken, but it wasn't. I had to get a new power pack. I'll show you that in a minute. The only other thing is down there, no point in showing you Guitar Hero Live. It was the 2 guitar pack. No point in seeing that, you know what it looks like. Anyway, you'll see me in a second because I'm going to have to start using another camera to get the other stuff. So here we go. So I've had to use my phone now to add this to the end of the other part of the video. So this is some of the bits and pieces that I've got, as I did say I probably wouldn't mention, but just it's there. So the Sega Saturn twin stick for virtual on the Sega Saturn, and then you saw that sitting there, the Razer Kishi. I'm not too keen on that, to be honest with you, but if you get the chance to pick one up, I highly recommend it, especially if you've got Game Pass. Got lucky with this one. Through Microsoft Rewards scheme, I managed to get myself a custom Xbox Series pad, really, because it's the latest one. Really like what I did with that. You know, I don't really use it because you can see I've got my gamer tag there, BT of the NFE, just in case anyone wants to know. And then what's on the bed? Excuse me, not the actual system here, but that. The original Sega Megadrive Master System converter. An excellent accessory if you can get one. I understand that the actual Megadrive 2 one, from what I understand, is more expensive than the original one, but pick that up because you've got the card input as well. Makes sense, doesn't it, really? Anyway, moving on. So it's a bit dark in here, but another addition to the family, the Xbox One, the Elite Series 2. I wouldn't recommend it, to be honest with you. I've got slight drift on it, and I'm missing the little bits off the back here. And that bloody hurts when it doesn't hurt, it's uncomfortable. Yeah, it is a bit awkward, I have to say. On top of that, I've got myself an original Xbox One pad and the Razer Kraken headset, which obviously I do use. And then down here I've been using the Zangief Mad Cat Street Fighter 4 pad, still like that. Then we've got the, obviously another, I say call it a Series X pad, got that one, and I got a white one as well just because I fancied it. Then I use that pad for the 360, the one where you can change the, I've only got one hand, so I can't do it, but you can twist that to make it easier to perform, Hadoukens and things like that, any special moves. And then all I need to do here really, well, you've seen the boxes for it. Let's have a look here. Original Xbox pad. And then we've got the Stream Deck. I've taken my monitor downstairs at the moment. No need for that as we go on. Then this was my G20, the force Logitech wheel with force feedback. The actual pedals are down there somewhere. I haven't used it for a little while. And we've got a classic old faithful Super Nintendo pad, the original one, just for when I fancy a bit of SNES. This is a bit awkward now, so there's loads of crap in here, so I apologise for that. Got some third-party Wii U Pro Controllers. They're really good. The battery lasts a long time on there. I've got this little adapter as a good accessory. It's a USB to SNES adapter. I've had that for years. It's brilliant just using it on the PC. If you ever want to use it. I think that's about it under there. And we've got cables. You can see there's a Master System pad there. Got the original Megadrive 6-button pad. Multiple Sega Saturn pads. All my Sega Saturn pads are down here. And I've got my OSSC, original GameCube controller, black one, and obviously another Sega Saturn light gun. You've seen the Elgato and stuff and that, like that. A pair of fucking trainers, Jesus Christ. So now you're really seeing into bloody the depths of my world and what I've got in here. There's not much in that one, there's nothing in there. And then down here, well, I can't really pull it right out at the moment. So I've got a clear hardwired Xbox One pad. Then we've got an original N64 pad, obviously. The Xbox 360 media remote control. This little tiny mini micro arcade, an accessory, but anyway, this is a third-party N64 pad, and it's brilliant. Highly recommend that one. You can get that on Amazon. The original Sega Saturn pad. It's a bit frayed there, look, but it still works. Another one there, the Mark II pad, as it were. I've got my external hard disk. These little remotes here are for my switches, my HDMI switches I've got, which I don't know where they are at the moment. I was putting a few things away, but yeah, I think that's about it really. So there you have it, a load of peripherals, a load of crap to a lot of people, to be honest with you. But like I've said at the beginning of the video, and I've said all the way through the video, if you don't have the controllers, you can't play your games. So they're as equally as important as the games that you collect, because if you don't have them, you can't play them. Simple as that. And I highly recommend having at least 4 of each, just in case. And if you've got the time to do it, make sure you open them, give them a good clean, a little bit of love, so that they can continue to assist you in all of your gaming needs. Anyway, until the next video, take care of yourselves. See you later.